Now that we've set up the scene, what we can do is we can start setting it up for lighting. So before we light, we need a camera. So I'm going to set up a camera. So I'll hit Shift A. I'm going to go to camera. Then I want this to be my view. So I'll hit Control Alt 0, and that should make whatever I had framed to be my camera view. But now we have an issue whereby I cannot see whatever it is that I had framed. So that's an issue that is now within the camera itself. So if I select the camera, then we go to the camera settings, we have the clip start for the camera. So we had changed the clip start for the view. So now we need to change the clip start for the camera. So I'll reduce this. And now we have our lollipop, right? Then what I'm going to do next is in this view setting, this view window, we're going to turn on camera to view, and then I'll go to the render properties and I will change the render engine from Eevee to cycles. I'll change the device from CPU to GPU compute. Then in the sampling, in the viewport, I'll change the maximum samples to 256. And in the render, I'll change the maximum samples to 256 as well. Then I'll go to the output. And here I'm going to set the resolution to be 1000 pixels by 1000 pixels. That's on the X and the Y. Now that we have the camera to view set up, or rather now that we have the camera to view active, I can click on this hand icon and then we can now start framing. So that's what I want. So this is just to help me light. Okay. Then once you're satisfied with your framing, turn off camera to view, back to item. Then I need to select the empty, and then I can hit Shift A, and then we can go to light and look for 3-point lighting. So this is an add-on I'm using that I've already installed. If I go to edit, preferences, add-ons, it is Try Lighting. So you can find it on extensions.blender.org. You just need to search for Try Lighting, download it, and then you come and install it. When you click on this drop down, you choose install from disk. It should allow you to go to your drive, select the file, install. Okay. Then now that we have selected this, I'll just hit Shift A. Then we go to light, 3-point lighting. Then I'll get into the camera view. I'll go to the render view. So to go to the render, I'll hit Z, rendered, or I can go at the top here where I have these overlays and click on viewport shading rendered. So this is what I have currently. Then I'll split my view into two. So I'll come at the bottom here and just hover. Make sure you get the crosshairs, then click and hold and drag, right? So don't click off so that these settings don't disappear. Okay, so I want to have two views so that we can see what the renderer is showing, and we can also see how the lights have been placed in the scene. So I want to adjust the lighting for this. So I'll start by adjusting the height. So they're way too far away and the object is quite tiny. So I'll bring them down. Let's say to somewhere here. Okay, so I'm just eyeballing. Then I'll reduce the distance as well. Okay. So reduce the distance. Then reduce the height again. Then reduce the distance. So now it becomes really overexposed. Then we need to adjust the base energy. So 100 watts is too much for us. So I could make it, let's say 10. Then I can hit enter. Then I can go a bit lower as well. Maybe let's say 5. And I think this is fine. Then we can make our own adjustments, right? So now I can click off and the settings for the 3-point lighting will disappear. So I'll do a bit of cleanup. So I'll select key, fill. So I'll just hold on Shift. Then finally the camera, I'll hold on Control and click on it. Then I'll hit M and I'll say new collection. And I'll call this collection render. Then I'll click on create so that they're in their own separate collection. Then I'll turn the lights off, all of them, both in the viewport for the eye and the camera icon that represents the render. So I'll turn on the key and then I will start adjusting the settings for the key. So with the key light selected, I'll go to the light settings and I'll adjust the power. So 5 was fine, so I'm not going to go beyond that. Then we have the size. So I'll reduce the size. And if you reduce the size, you notice that the intensity becomes a bit much. But if the size is bigger, then the light diffuses more, it spreads out further, right? While when it's small, it does not spread out as much. So just make it small like that. Then for this, I'll need to reduce the size. So I'll set it maybe to like 2. Not the size, sorry, the power. I'll set it to 2. Then I'll reveal the fill and I'll check where it is. So for the fill, the power is more than the key because the key is 2 and the fill is 2.5, and that's not how it should be. Usually the fill is less brighter than the key. So I'll need to make this, let's say 1.5 maybe, or 1.2. Then I can turn this on and off. So the main purpose of the fill is to fill in the shadows that are created by the key. Then I'll go to the top view and see that placement. So we can also reduce its size as well. So reduce its size. Then I'll turn it on, turn it off. Yeah. Then we have the backlight. So I'll activate it as well. It's placed at the back of the object, and its main purpose is to separate the background and the subject or the foreground. So I'll go to the top view. Then I will just hit G and with this, right? As you move it, I think it's fine. There's not much I'm going to change. Maybe I'll make the power, let's say 2 instead of 2.5. Then we can turn it on, turn it off. So currently we can't see what it's doing because we don't have materials on our objects. But of course, with your lighting, you can always come back and make changes based on what it is that you want to achieve. So now that we have our lighting, the next thing would be to start the texturing.